Hello, and welcome to Temple of Falsepod, where decks are not optimized, but are plays sure as heck are fun. I'm Andy.
I'm Bruce.
Yeah. And if you listened to last week's, you know what today's episode's about. Last week's episode, we talked about our favorite or most notable, I guess, legendary creatures from Mystery Booster Commander Edition.
Yes.
And we decided that we would have we just have so many thoughts. We have some big thoughts on this set as a whole. For those who don't know, Mystery Booster Commander Edition, well, any Mystery Booster set is mostly reprints.
Right.
It is a draftable set that is available at conventions, and that's pretty much it.
Super Lair Convention in a Box is the other main option. But of course, Wizards hasn't told you when that's going to be available.
Yeah, so Convention in a Box, is, I mean, it's essentially convention source anyway, right? Like, so I figure we'll start talking about the availability, because I think that the interesting thing with this specific set is that it seems to have taken place of the multiplayer draft format. We used to have things every couple of years like Battle Bond or Conspiracy 2.
Right.
And then they started turning it into Commander Legends, and then Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. And now they've got Mystery Booster Commander Edition.
Yeah.
And so with that, I mean, you and I love those formats.
Yes.
Right? It is not, we're also not like uncommon with that. I think the people who play those formats end up loving them.
Yeah.
And so the availability with this speaks to us, maybe not in the best way.
The benefit of those of some of the other sets that you mentioned is they were widely available.
Mm-hmm.
And because their popularity was not huge, they were widely available for a long time. And for some of these sets at a reasonable price, 2 years after it was released, which worked out really well for those of us who love these sets. You buy some boxes at the start because these are draft sets. You're buying a box. And then you can draft it. And when you run out, you can buy another box.
Mm.
For this one, there is nothing that says after the initial run that there's going to be any of this left.
Right. Because as of now, what has been announced and fairly confirmed by Gavin on his, YouTube and whatever, it is 4 conventions.
Yes.
So you've got the 4 MagicCon conventions that it seems to have been verified that it is going to be at those 4. And then he has said that more than likely it will also be at all of these other conventions that Magic will have a presence at. So like PAX Unplugged, Gen Con, these types of things. Which is great for people who are going to those conventions. But there's been a lot of pushback all over the world because some people just cannot make it to conventions, whether it's because of the ticket price of conventions or the travel price of conventions or both, because that's a big expense. Now, the thing is that they also have it bundled in with this convention and box, like we had mentioned, where, you get the booster box, you get, some promos, you get, the swag that you would normally get at a convention bundled together for a price point that's like somewhere in the, I don't know, 200s, maybe.
I will say I looked for the was it the convention in a box that included the Mystery Booster 2. It was sold at 200.
Okay.
And I went out on TCG Player, and right now just the box of Mystery Booster 2 is about $280. So I'm assuming, I'm assuming that you can expect to see a price point on this one somewhere probably between $250 and $350 for that convention in a box. That would be my guess. That's just a guess, though. If Wizards comes out and says, surprise, it's going to be $100, great. Or surprise, these are going to be super rare. We're going to
Right.
sell them at $600 a pop. Both are possible. I don't know. I'm just giving a guess.
Well, I
So
mean, like, yeah, and the other thing with that too is that like it is composed primarily of cards from the list, which
yeah,
is, reprints from Magic's history, which is like a cool idea, but
right.
it varies in value. But if that's not a thing that you're necessarily worried about, we don't know the correlation of these new cards, which is kind of what people are buying. Have they? Have they?
We do.
Okay.
So the collation for where was it here? I looked on
Because these
the
packs are
Wizard.
20 cards apiece.
Yes.
I
So
assume you draft probably two from
yes,
each pack. Yeah.
two per, and you go around that way. So, um, by the way, that's part of the reason why I think the dollar value is going to be more because the
Mm,
last mystery booster box was 24 packs at 15 cards a pack. This is going to be 24 packs, 20 cards in a pack. Now, admittedly, almost all of these are cards that you can access somewhere else.
right.
So, as far as resale, we'll get into that. I mean, so the breakdown of a pack of mystery booster commander: three white commons or uncommons, three blue common or uncommon, three black, three red, three green.
Okay.
Then it's one reprint wild card of any rarity, one rare or mythic rare reprinted commander.
Oh,
So there's going to be a commander in there that everyone that you've already seen or that's been
right.
printed before. Then there's one non-foil or traditional foil new to Magic Commander. So these are the new commander
The
cards.
60, yeah.
Yes. And according to Wizards, the breakdown basically is the odds of getting a foil, it's 4.75%. So
Sure. So one per box.
yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be very small. Then another slot is one non-foil or traditional foil card. And it will be either a non-foil or traditional foil, common or uncommon future sight frame card,
Okay.
or a non-foil or traditional foil rare or mythic rare future sight frame card. They give you the percentages for all this.
Right.
Yeah. Or a traditional foil acorn stamp card. Those happen in less than 1%. So I believe that's just the conjure cards in this
Yeah.
set are the only acorn. So the
It's
chances of
probably, yeah, the
right,
4 or 5 that they
right.
have
So the
announced.
chances of getting one of those conjure cards is less than 1%.
Right.
So
One per
almost
like case of.
yeah, one per four boxes,
Yeah.
and it's not even that good. So oh, and then there is one playtest card. There's your 20 cards. The playtest cards are cards that have been used in the previous mystery boosters. There are no new playtest cards coming in this one. So of this, the only new cards are the commanders, the conjure cards, and I
Yeah.
think that's
Everything
pretty
else
much
is
it.
a reprint or a new frame of a reprint.
Right. So when it comes down to it, you're getting 20 cards. One of them will be new. So there will be one, at least one, up to two, maybe up to two.
Hmm.
And then there will be interesting framing, various possible foils, but that's what you're getting out of a pack. So really, if you are just looking to crack a pack, go elsewhere. You're you're going to get a bunch of cards, a bunch of reprints, and then that one or possibly two cards.
Right.
So if that's what you're doing, buy a single.
Yeah.
Just buy the single. So
Yeah, if you're looking
I,
to draft this, which I mean, you and
yes,
I are both
absolutely.
enthusiastically waiting
Yeah.
for this. I think that this product is dare I say baller. Um,
Oh, yeah. This is going to be spectacular. I mean, the whole point of this is to make it feel like a chaos draft. Um, for Mystery Booster Commander Edition, there are over 2,000 different cards.
right. That's
Uh,
crazy.
it's crazy. So it's going to be a mix and match of everything. You're not going to be. these are not sets where you've got, draft archetypes to work with. This is just, here come the cards, figure it out. And you're going to be, just all over the place on the fly all the time. Love this. This looks great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, I've said it time and time again, and I think that it bears repeating. If you are the type of person, or if you are a person who has not drafted before,
Hmm.
draft, especially multiplayer draft like this or Conspiracy or Battle Bond,
Sure.
is just such like the pinnacle experience of how
Yeah.
I personally love to play Magic,
Right.
because it's got the communal aspect of Commander. It's got the, the political discourse on the table, but then also like you are testing your more competitive sides, right? Like I play Commander to do silly things, to do big swingy, like whatever, like see these little interactions kind of blow up to affect the board. And I don't necessarily optimize to win. But like within draft itself, I think that there's this understanding that everyone trying to start on an even playing ground, you do get to commit to those more
Oh,
competitive natures.
the joy of this takes everything that you like about Commander and eliminates all the discussion of brackets
Mm,
because you're all playing with the same set of cards.
yeah,
We're building a commander deck from these cards. If somebody builds a stronger deck so that it's the equivalent of them playing a bracket three against the rest of you playing bracket one, that was nobody's fault but yours.
so the excitement, the hype,
Yeah.
the want from at least players like you and I,
Yes.
matched with the low availability and really seemingly no willingness to budge on their end with regards to availability. Like, I mean, Gavin says that he has heard the feedback, so maybe they will be trying something, maybe
I
doing a bigger print run or something. But like it really just seems like this ends up being just a way to get people into conventions.
I that's great. It's great. I have no issue with that. If that's what they're
Right.
looking for, that's what the set is for, great. Then so where was Conspiracy 3? Where is the next Battle Bond? Where is the next multiplayer draft set that's widely available to everyone?
Right.
That should have come out first. If you want to do this for the conventions, great, great. Give something for the rest of us who can't be at the convention. I'm sorry, I'm not going all the way to Atlanta so I can play this in a draft.
Mm.
That's not going to draw me in. If I happen to be going to a convention, then yes, I will definitely show up and try and play this. But I would rather play this at home with a group of friends, which is why I'm hanging all of my wishes on the secret layer uh, availability of this box.
Right.
And we just don't know how that's going to work because they've done it in so many different ways. Um, they currently have a commander deck that is, when it comes out, it's available. Anybody who signs up for it or signs up to buy it on the opening day gets it. Well, is that the case with this? And if it is, great. And if it's not, then do I need to, am I going to need to jump on and then be horribly sad when I realize that the volume doesn't even come close to covering what we're
Right.
going to need. If this were to come out next year, the problem with doing it that way is people like you and me are just annoyed, just mad. Like, congratulations, you finally printed off the set I asked you to, but you won't let me buy it. Like, this is insanity to me. I
Yeah.
Again, yeah, why Wizards feels like it's a good idea to print sets in such minute quantities that essentially nobody gets to actually do it.
Right. And it's like the type of thing too where it's like they have the availability, or they have the resources to control the availability, right? Like they can sell it to whomever they want. Um, and they have before made product that is exclusive to LGS, whether it's for events or for, just product. And pre-release packs, right? Like
Yeah.
you can only get it at an LGS, generally through a pre-release event, but then they've
Yeah.
got leftover.
Right.
And like the same thing could be done here of like, okay, there's going to be a countrywide or a worldwide day of this event where you go to your LGS, you play in this event, and if you want, maybe supply is available to also purchase.
Right.
But I think that that's also a scary thing when talking about availability of this is like you play an event in a convention. Are you is there going to be product available to purchase in addition to that, or
Right.
do you only get the cards that you play
That you
with?
open.
Right,
Right. Yeah. Like if you're there, can you buy a box
right.
after?
I hope what they don't learn is that because there's such a high demand that they just end up selling it directly. Um, I hope that it doesn't become, a secret layer drop of, hey, forget, festival in a
Hmm.
box or whatever. We're just going to sell you directly the box.
Yeah.
I do hope that they continue to keep Magic Network stores in the loop. And I think that like it is just such like a great opportunity. But I also get the hesitation, right? Like as much as we will talk about how this is like such a sure thing, I get the hesitancy, especially post, Battle for Baldur's Gate. In
Yeah.
retrospect, everybody in Commander knows how great those cards were.
Yeah.
You and I knew when it came out because we played it.
Right.
Um, but it did not sell that well until like a year and a half later, and then everybody wanted a box.
Right.
Um, and
But
like
Wizards
this,
knows that. They
right,
know that already. So you can produce as many mystery booster commander boxes, make, you know, hell, make a quarter of what you made for that.
right.
It,
Just make something available,
there
right? Like,
there is just no way that Wizards is completely clueless as to how many of these boxes they can sell. And in case Wizards is watching, just know I don't buy any other boxes. This is the one I want to buy. None of the others. It's not like this money's going to go somewhere else onto a different Magic product. It's not. It just won't get spent.
yeah,
It's this product that I'm looking for.
your sealed budget for the year has gone untouched since Battle for Baldur's Gate, or I guess probably
Right.
since Infinity. But uh,
That's a whole different box. But yeah.
yeah, but I mean, like this is like kind of the marriage of those two, where we do have these rule breaker cards, and then also with the conjure cards, a touch of Acorn, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and I guess that brings us to our next topic. Let's talk about those conjure cards,
You bet.
because I think there's this they're playing in a sanctioned game
Yes.
store. I unfortunately can't play it all that
Right.
often, but the Acorn cards seem kind of a lot of fun. I mean, I've had the chance to play them through Arena because most of them are reprints from Arena only cards. But
Right.
uh, I mean, I think they've seen enough play that they're not particularly broken.
Well,
they just deal with cards that are also banned in Commander.
right. And you can make this work. So here, just for folks who don't know, here's a sample of one of the cards. It's
Mm,
called Oracle of the Alpha. It's a blue and two. It's a 2/3 flying creature. It says when Oracle of the Alpha enters the battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library, then shuffle.
Mm,
Whenever Oracle of the Alpha attacks, scry 1. The idea is that this was available online. So when you played this card, the online system, the software would simply just produce the power 9 into your library. Now it's basically saying get 9 cards, create the power 9, do one power 9 on each card, stick them into your library, shuffle them up, and now keep playing. That's essentially what Conjure does. Now,
right.
for the Oracle, you conjure it into your library. There are others that allow you to conjure it into your hand, conjure it onto the battlefield. You're essentially just creating the card and putting it somewhere in the game, within the game, and it could be anywhere. I love this. And okay, well, sorry. This is an acorn card. You can't legally play this in Commander. You
But who's
can't
stopping
legally play
you?
it pretty much anywhere.
Right.
But anybody who has seen my decks knows that I have never let that stop me before. Um, so it's not legals, but you can. I mean, just talk to your friends. I'm confident they'll let you play it.
And I think kind of along the same lines, our kind of final topic
Yeah,
is we do have a number of cards um, in the new 60 that have this rule breaker text. Tolabo Lock Rascal says it can have instant and sorcery cards of one additional color, which I like that it's just one, but most of these are of any color. Um,
yeah,
so it's of any color identity, and then also any just basics. And we talked a little bit about this last week, but
yeah,
it is something worth coming back to because I think that a lot of people are going to feel very differently about this. Um, I think overall, this mechanic is fine where it is. What worries me is the future of it. Because I think that to have a mechanic that does just kind of go, color identity means very little. Just kind of go, it just doesn't feel great. It feels, I mean, for one, like an overstep, but um, to balance that, they then made the mechanical mechanics of this creature just also not that great. So it just kind of makes you it begs the question of why do it at all?
right.
Um, I think with the mechanic as well, you know, Gavin's talked about how it came about because they were tired of just making 5 color commanders based around specific types. And like that's like a cool idea uh where it allows you to include, you know,
Hmm.
say you've got you know, your Phyrexians, right? And now you can include your red Phyrexians and your blue Phyrexians and green Phyrexians that you necessarily wouldn't have put in your Orzhov deck without also having access to the generically good cards of those colors, just the Phyrexians, right? And then also balancing it is just the fact that you can only have basic lands outside of the color identity. Say with this, with you can also include islands, uh, mountains, etc., without it being like, oh, I've just got, you know, my suite of duels and such.
Yeah. Until I play with these things, I don't know how good or bad they're going to be because
Right.
I'm a terrible judge of this sort of thing. Uh,
But that's why we have
the
a podcast.
Right. The difficulty I have with this is pretty much what you've already said. Do you really need it? Like, okay, Saluma, Light of Aeson. Rubric, our deck with this commander can have angel cards of any color identity and any basic land cards, because you got to have something that can allow you to cast the card. Great. Um, wouldn't it have just been better to make Saluma white and one other color?
Right.
And then you don't need the rule breaker text. You could, there is no reason why you have to, why there has to be a commander that can include every single card of that creature type in it. And by doing it this way, what other options are you getting? I have the same issue with this as I had way, way back when they made Command Tower. There's no reason to make Command Tower tap for any color that your commander can produce. You can make it tap for what, choose one of the colors, choose a color. This land taps for that color. They're going to choose a color. There are so many other better ways to do this rather than this immediate all-encompassing. So now they take this and they call it rule breaker and they say it's not all-encompassing because it's only angels. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's every single angel. Is so from here on in, does anybody use any other angel as their commander? Because this one lets you include all of them. It's the same issue as you would have if it was a 5-color angel. The only difference is, oh, look, you're using Saluma, so now you can't use counter spells.
Right.
You know, that's the difference. I,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it
I'm
feels I'll be honest, it feels a little lazy in terms of just like you could have just added another color
right.
or two, right? Like
There are so many cards in Magic. Why do we have to break the rules of Commander to include even more? Like the main argument for with changing the hybrid rule is because it will let you use more cards. I'm like,
but
how
that's
many
the
more do you need?
beauty of like the identity, right? Like
Exactly. Like how many more do you need? How many more cards in your commander colors do you need? Like we're at 35,000 magic cards or something along those lines. We're
mm,
closing in on 40,000 here. I I just don't think we need cards that say, now you can use even more. Like, no. Most of these rule breakers also don't really work in Mystery Booster Commander. You're not going to use Saluma, Light of the Aeson in a set that has 2,000 different cards.
yeah.
How many angels are you gonna be able to draft? Because they're not building it as angels being a draft format because the likelihood of even getting this card is so slim in the draft. So in theory, if you're drafting it and you open these cards, you should be super excited, but you're not going to be super excited because Saloom is essentially a dead card. What it is a card that lets you build your angel deck later on.
Right.
Um, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So
Yeah.
um,
And I just looked at the list, which is
yep,
what this set is
sure.
based on,
Hmm.
to see how many angels there were
Sure.
out of this over
Yeah,
2,000 card list. There are 49 angels,
right.
which okay. How many of those angels are you picking, or how many of those angels are you coming across? And then on top of that, uh, how many of those angels uh, include another color other than white, whether it's because they are not white or
Yeah,
because they have an additional color.
right.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11
Yeah,
cards in this set that would even care
yeah,
about Rule Breaker, and what are the chances you get one of them, right? Like
right.
it's not.
Honestly, if this is where you want to go, you want to do Rule Breaker, I'm not even sure that this is the right set for it. You could easily do a commander deck that has Rule Breaker.
Right.
Here's the commander with Rule Breaker. Here's the deck that we put together. Ta-da! Finished. Done. In
And
this
like,
case, you're putting it together yourself, which I appreciate. I will say Rule Breaker is going to mean a wider variety of cards in that set. It's going to be a lot harder for folks to look up uh, Tolabo
mm,
on EDHREC to find the most optimum build because it's going to show every single instant in sorcery in all the colors. Maybe your Tolabo deck will only be 2 colors because you've decided I don't really want to push my mana base that hard because I can only use basic lands outside of to get those colors in. So maybe you only do two color, but it means that EDH rec is going to be far less helpful for folks because there's just going to be such a glut of every color in that aspect. So
right. And it's funny because like I can hear how it can seem like we're being hypocritical of like, well, we love our Acorn cards, but these rule breaker cards,
yeah,
don't come near us with that. And it like I
right.
think the fact of the matter is like these aren't Acorn, and I think that like to have Wizards designing these ideas with it being like legal in the set is like, what are you encouraging your players to do? Because it comes down to, okay, like with Acorn cards, you generally will have a discussion with your play group on
Yep,
whether they're gonna allow you to do it. With
right.
this, it's like, well, they don't have that
There
say.
is no discussion. This is what
Um,
we're doing. It's legal.
because like
Yeah,
honestly, if you were to come to me with an angel deck and you were like, hey, I know that this is a mono white angel commander, but I put in other things, but only basic lands,
hmm
then like that's like a different discussion, right? Like, and it's the fact that they are encouraging this build style is like, is this really where we want to go with the format? And that's the bitter taste in my mouth. Is like
yeah,
it's encouraging lazy deck building, honestly.
yeah. It is.
Yeah,
It is. Or it's like I really wanted this. I want to be able to do this. Yeah, yeah. All right. I mean, you're already like total blow. You were already in blue.
right.
Can have instant sorcery cards, additional color. Okay, so what other ones are you looking for? Blue already has such a deep, deep supply of these cards.
And
Just
on
use blue,
right, and on top
or
of that,
don't use Tolabo. I mean, yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like, the effect you're getting from it is not that great. And again, I understand playing unoptimally. I get it. Uh,
oh yeah. I mean, I don't want you to play optimally. I don't want you using Tolabo with the idea being that I'm now going to use the best removal available in black
right.
and the best direct damage in red and the best card draw in blue. And I just don't think there's a need for this. Here we are. We've got them.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, um, that's that kind of wraps up
yeah,
how we feel about it. We're really excited for the set.
yeah.
Maybe we should have ended with that, but we started with it.
Well, not thrilled with the rule breaker. Very concerned about availability.
Right.
But love the set.
Yeah.
Love the set. Love the concept of the set. Love the idea of what they're doing. Um, I've seen a bunch of the other cards. We talked about a bunch of them last week. We're obviously super excited for this set. I can't wait to see this come out. But really, the focus on for this particular podcast was not the individual cards, was the whole set as itself. And uh, it's tough to be excited about a set knowing that there's a very real chance you're never going to get to draft it. And if the availability is such that I think it is, then every single one of these commanders that you think you want to play are going to cost real money because there's just not going to be that many of them getting open.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you press that follow button or subscribe. Press the thumbs up. Give us a like. Let us know in the comments below how you feel about the availability, or just tell us what commander you're excited to build from this.
Yeah.
We're Temple of False Pod, where our decks are not optimized, but our plays sure as heck are fun. I'm Andy.
I'm Bruce.
Thank you again for watching. Make sure you play some good magic for us, and may your fifth land be the temple.
Bye.
Wait, before you go, just wanted to say thank you for listening. You can reach out to us via email at falsepodmtg@gmail.com or in Blue Sky at falsepodmtg. Bruce is at Manaburned, and I'm at Andy Weekend, though you'll definitely notice I use the podcast Twitter far more often. Now that we've got you here, make sure you subscribe, like, rate us on whatever podcast platform you use. It helps us out. It gets us more reach. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Like a video there. Leave some comments for more casual enjoyment. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back some more timeless discussions about all things casual. So come hang out, and may your fifth land be the temple. Bye-bye. Should I do my best, Bruce? Bye!